Hello again, I'm back. For those that have watched my new beginning review, hope you enjoyed it. A few different sort of thoughts on the matches. So yeah, I think I've got 20 views overnight, so that's pretty cool. So today I am reviewing DDT Sweet Dreams, which took place 25th of last month. I have reviewed one DDT show recently, but it was of the DNA sub promotion, so it's not a DDT show in the pure sense. That was a show for the rookies, whereas this show is the main DDT show. All right, the video that I watched of this, that had clipped, or not clipped matches, but it had the matches were shortened. Like the first couple of minutes were cut off. For the first, I don't know, for like 5 or 6 matches of the card, but it was no biggie. You still get to see the way the dynamics of the matches were. So, but I basically wanted to watch this show for the main event. I'd heard good things about the main event. The main event consisted of Kota Ibushi, Tetsuya Endo, Konosuke Takeshita. The Happy Motels, they took on HARASHIMA and Strong Big Japan, Daisuke Sekimoto and Yuji Okabayashi, the big Yuji. So I'd heard good things, and I know I was going to give it. I'm going to give it 4 stars anyway. Even before watching, I knew it was going to be an awesome match, so I couldn't wait. Yeah, so what a matchup! It's like worlds colliding. There's such different styles in these guys. You've got the athletic Happy Motels, and you've got the big, the big strong dudes from Big Japan. It was just going to be awesome. Such talented workers, these guys. Could probably out wrestle pretty well anyone in Japan. It's just going to be great. And then so this show eventually is a hype show for the Saitama show, which is coming up. I think it might even be tomorrow. It might be the 14th, might be tonight. And you've got the title match between HARASHIMA and Ibushi, and then the tag title match between Happy Motels and Strong Big Japan. So this show was good. That show, the Saitama show, is going to be even better. So I can't wait for that to get aired and have it uploaded by Real Hero or one of the Tyrant websites. It's going to be great. Some other stuff on the Saitama show. There's a match between Super Sasadango Machine and Kazuki Sakuraba. I don't know the history there. Sakuraba's the shoot dude, the shoot legend. That's a strange one. Also, there's a match on the Saitama show where the loser becomes the champion. So that's also a strange one, but that's typical. That's the DDT way. It's very strange, very intriguing, very unique style angles that they put forth. So yeah, let's go on to the show, I guess. So first up, we had DJ Nero, Gorgeous Matsuno, and Gota Ihashi, the big dude, taking on the Shuten Doji stable, I think. Kudo, Masa Takahashi, and Yukio Sakaguchi. So it's kind of hard to give it a rating. Only 3 or 4 minutes of the 6-minute match shown. In the 4 minutes that I saw, there were lots of spots. Matsuno is really funny. He's this really skinny dude. He's really old and skinny, and he can hardly move. And he's been wrestling for like 6 years in DDT. Just bizarre. And he does this handstand springboard, which is pretty good for an old dude. And then he transitions into a cross arm breaker. So it's just really weird, but it was really funny as well. Very humorous. Has a postmodern feel to it, He's going to do something and he shows how ridiculous that looks, so he does something even stupider. So, I mean, not quite the levels of a Saka Pro, but it has that sort of postmodern feel to it. The bottle here was used. I'm reading that it's part of the Brahman tag angle, and I don't think these guys didn't wrestle this one on this show. So they drink the bottle and they spit each other with it. I'm not sure what it is. Some kind of substance. Anyway, there was a really good spot where I think it was the big dude Ihashi drank it, and then he went to spit it at Sakaguchi, but he didn't. Oh, what happened? Anyway, he poked him. Sakaguchi poked him in the stomach, and that made him spit it out. Now that's right. Ihashi drank the substance, was going to spit it at Sakaguchi, and then Sakaguchi's supposed to sell it, but Sakaguchi just puts his hand on his mouth, so he can't do it, and then he pokes him in the stomach with the same hand, and then Ihashi spits the substance at his face. That was really good. It's really funny, just a nice little thing. Nice funny spot. I gave this 2 stars. There was a sudden finish. I gave it 2 stars for the funny spots. I would have liked to have seen the bottle incorporated into the finish, because I don't think it was at all. Alright, next up you had Golden Storm Rider Daisuke Sasaki and Shigeru Miyataki, who is one of the rookies. They're both rookies, I think. I think Sasaki is. I know Miyataki is, and he's quite good. And they took on, it was a 3-way, they took on Mikami, Shuji Ishikawa, who I obviously love, and they took on Keisuke Ishii and Shigehiro Iri, who I think they pronounce it Iri something. I like them a lot. I like Iri. I think he's good. He's got a pretty cool look. He's got a great big green mohawk, and he's quite a good worker. He's got all the skills to do really good stuff. He just needs to work on his figure a little bit. So actually, at this point, it's going to occur to me that the video that I watched, the cards a little out of sync. That's not in the correct order, but that's not a big problem. Some notes in this match. There should have been more build up to a particular spot where Sasaki. That's right. Sasaki goes over the rope and lands on the table, and then that was it. That table wasn't used at all. There was a slight build up when Shuji Ishikawa he motioned to powerbomb someone onto the table on the outside from the inside, but then that was halted pretty quick. It was on Miyataki, that's right. And that stops, and then Sasaki just goes over and lands on it, and then that's it. It's just not used again. So I mean, if you want more stars from me, you're gonna have to incorporate that spot more and build up, and incorporate drama in relation to it. I think how did it end? I think there was a double foot stomp. I can't remember. Anyway, this match was anticlimactic. I gave it 1 3/4 stars. Again, no finish. Needs a finish. I can't remember what happened here. Anyway, right, Miyataki. As I was saying, I think he's the main rookie of DDT. He's in the Golden Riders stable with Ibushi and company, so he's getting that big push. I think he took the fall here, but he will get his chance. He looks good. He's got a good look as well. And this was a hype match for the Saitama show with the Super TLC match, so that should be better. Alright, next up, this is like an 8-way match or something for some title. The Iron Man title, I think it's called. You had Bernard Aka, who is a person of African descent. I think he's German, and he's a Taekwondo dude, so pretty weird. You had Hikaru Sato, who is from All Japan, and he made his return, and he was the mystery competitor, I think. His entrance and little thing that he did was very funny. You had Saki Akai, who's the female. You have Katsumata, who I like, he's one of the rookies. Suma Tako, who I also like. Not Katsumata, no, I like Matsunaga, he's the high flyer from the rookie thing. And then you have Yasu Urano, who I like because he wears a Yes shirt. I like that. Rightio. Let's move on. This was heaps of fun. As I said, Hikaru Sato returned, and he came out to the UWF theme, which is a shoot thing. He entered the ring carrying the Shield of Victory, which he won from Deep Saitama show, the Super Arena show. So that was good. That was held on New Year's Eve. His segment was very funny. He just walks in. He's got it carrying. He just walks in. He beats him with his left hand. I think his left hand, beats him with his right hand, gets him in a half Boston Crab, still holding the shield, and he stands up, and his posture hasn't moved. His facial expressions hasn't changed. It's really good, very funny. Matsunaga was awesome. He had a really good sequence with Takao. There was some little transitions I hadn't seen before, so that was good. There was innovation here, and I like that. Actually, this wasn't for the title. It was a hype for the Iron Man heavyweight title, and the champ's actually Aja Kong, so no introductions there. I gave this 2 1/4 stars. Next up, we had Antonio Honda and Great Kajika versus Kazushi Hirata and Toru Iwashi. This was probably the funniest match of the night. There was a really funny part when I think it's Hirata. He has these glasses and he puts them on, and then they play this music over the top, and the worker feels compelled to dance. And it went through all three workers, and then it gets to Kajika, and he's playing the old man thing. He's going, no, I'm not doing that. And then the crowd starts cheering for him to do it, and it's like, you know, you make that connection. You know, you're at a family party, and Granddad, you're trying to get Granddad to dance, and he says no, and then you finally convince him, and he does, and he gets over. It was like that same kind of thing. So it was good, and the song, it's a Magnum Tokyo song, the Dragon Gate dude. So this is funny. I gave this 2 3/4 stars because it was very funny. Next up, you had Senshiro Takaki and Super Sasadango Machine. Machine comes out and does his PowerPoint thing, and it's a hype for the Sakuraba match, and he works out there's a 0% chance of winning that match, which was quite funny. I watched this match last night, so I can't really remember it, but it wasn't 3 stars. I give it 2.5. So all up, it's a good undercard. I mean, they're all at least 2 stars, except one match. I mean, that's good. All right. So next up, you had the semi-final match. You had the KOD Extreme title match. I think it's called. And you had Akito and Makoto Oishi. There was a nice promo video to begin. A bit different. I think they played like a Bob Dylan song or something. It was some kind of that folky type song. It was good. Yeah, this was awesome. Great, awesome match. You know, it was a serious. The next 2 matches are serious matches. The rest were funny ones. These are the serious ones, and they are good. So really nice beginning segments. There was some really nice groundwork here. A lot of sort of nice transitions. Oishi works his leg. That was the narrative here. He works Akito's leg. And Akito it's really good. It was a really nice little thing. He just sits down, crosses his legs, and folds his arms, and he's sort of like a psychological balk. And then Oishi just sort of looks around, and he doesn't know what to do, and then he just thinks, oh well, I'm just kicking his leg. So he just kicks him in the leg, and you know, it's like a postmodern type thing. That was really good. I like that. It invested me in the match, and that's what they're trying to do, get the crowd invested. It invested me because it was a bit different, and it worked within the psychology of the match. So after that, the match was very back and forth, really interesting, innovative stuff that they did. A lot of innovations on generic spots. Was fantastic. The match finished with a strange submission. I'm not sure what it's called. It was an innovation on something like a sharpshooter or something, and we worked the ropes. So the stipulation here was that there were no rope breaks. I think that's something to do with the title, the Extreme title. There's no rope breaks, and the finish incorporated that, which is good. I mean, that's fantastic. That's psychology. That's what you want. What else was I going to say? So odd issues in the match. The rise of action, the sequence of the rise of action was very quick, and it went to the finish very quick. I just would have liked to see it maybe a bit longer. I mean, I'm not, if the finish is good, I usually don't care, but I think, what was the issue? Yeah, it was probably just a bit too short. I mean, what I'm trying to say, but the rise of action sequences, it moved very quickly, I think. But I gave this 3 3/4, so almost 4 stars. So very, very good. Alright, now onto the main event. We have the 6-man tag. Harashima, Endo, Takashita taking on Ibushi and Strong Big Japan, Daisuke and Yuji. So absolutely incredible. I mean, I watched this last night and I can't remember, I haven't got a detailed analysis of the spots and psychology, but this was just incredible. You need to see this. It's in my top 5 of the year, even though it's only been a month and a half. There's been lots of good matches. You've had Wrestle Kingdom. This is up there with those. They shifted gears so well, It was an issue. There was a triple team, and Daisuke and Yuji get their tag rivals into Argentinian backbreakers, and Ibushi goes to do some kind of high spot, and he just sort of stomps on them, and it was pretty underwhelming. If they worked that a bit better, it would have got more stars. But as I said, I haven't got a good commentary on this one because it was just awesome. But just take my word for it. You need to see this. I gave this 4 1/4. I did have it at 4 1/2, but in comparison to those matches at Wrestle Kingdom, wasn't quite as good as the main event and the Ibushi Shinsuke match, but definitely up there. I think it's like my third or fourth best of the year so far. So really good. Overall, fantastic show. But as I said, this is only a hype show. The main show's coming up, Saitama. I can't wait to watch it. Alright, thanks guys. See you next time.